Hello. Hello, hello. Unexpected live, guys. Another unexpected live. This one is Friday afternoon. I hope that you can hear me. I got a different mic. And this mic is huge. The headphones are so big. I look like a radio person when I have those on. So I'm just gonna make the mic. I hope the mic works. So anybody who is in the room, please send me a chat if the mic is actually working. I hope it does. Happy Friday, guys. We are going out, and I have time till I hear that somebody is calling my name, and I have to go. So we have a couple people in the room here. So, guys, can you hear me? Wave me, please, if you can hear me. I sure hope so. Man, these things are really. They are fine, but they are very big. A lot bigger than I thought. Well, anyways, let's get started still. Let's get started still. And today's topic, guys, today's topic is alpha male. Alpha male with Ukrainian woman's perspective. What is that? What is this kind of dream man? Many times, guys ask me about whether Russian and Ukrainian women like bad guys and so on. And what is alpha male? Hey, German, can you hear me? Can you tell me if you can hear me? I don't know what's that word that you wrote. I don't know what it is, but can you guys hear me okay? So, anyways, so what do Ukrainian women how do Ukrainian women imagine that alpha male, and who is that dream man, high quality man, high class man? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Great. Who is that man that is a great catch and all women are looking for? Like, what is some more description how we can, describe it? Well, I literally feel like this thing is going to squeeze me. So if I stop talking at some point, guys, you know what happened. So, anyways, good evening, everybody. So, one of the things, guys, I would like to address and I would like to bring up in this video is that true alpha male is very selective in relationships with women. One thing that many men don't understand, and they often brag about the women that they had and so on and so forth. First of all, the true alpha male, he keeps those things to himself. Number one, he never talks about to those things and his past wins to his present lady, because she doesn't need to hear it, so as you don't need to hear about things she had in the past, because obviously you're not in the past, you're now in the present, and um, you want to focus on you. You want to focus on both of you. You don't want to focus on the past. It's a big mistake that many people make, and I'll come back to this one. But anyways, so one of the things, hello Todd. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys my interpretation, of course. So, well, when somebody gonna call my name, guys, I'll have to finish, because we have to we are going somewhere. Thank you, Todd. Okay, let me stay on the thought. So it's one of those things that true alpha male always very selective, and even when he is not in a committed relationships, even if he is sort of in that stage where either he hadn't met the right woman, or he just doesn't, he want to give himself a break. Maybe he's just out of a great relationship. Well, maybe it was great but it's over, so maybe he's taking a break. And what I would like to say is he is very conscious of his choices. Women are reaching out to him all the time. He's not um, chasing him in a ways of chasing, but because he loves what he do, because he have strong personality. Women are always interested. He just needs to say hello, and women want to have a conversation and go out. But what he doesn't do is he doesn't sleep around. He doesn't just do all one night stands things all the time. And it's kind of he has all the opportunities to go out every day with different women when he's not in a committed relationships, but he is very selective. And even if he would choose a woman to be with while he's in between relationships, that will be a high class woman. It's kind of a primitive in a way, or maybe a strange comparison, but it's sort of like having beer and having expensive cognac. You know, you can find beer cheap on every corner in those big barrels, especially cheap, and it's all over the place, and it's dime a dozen. And you can find a cognac that is maybe several $100, maybe several thousand, you know, and you just get a sip if you're lucky. So basically, I can see a parallel. Many men don't realize that when the high class man does not spread his seed all over the place. And I know it's it sounds it sounds a little bit I don't know if this comparison is the best, but I think it really describes it. So, guys, bear with me. I really believe that high quality man, he is very perceptive. That's why women who are not high class women do not get pregnant from him. He doesn't have surprises like that because he is responsible, and he can't go on a low level even if he is lonely, if he feels a bit lonely, even if he feels a little bit he really needs some female company. He would, even if he decides to go for a relationship that doesn't, you know, not necessarily long term, but it will be a high level woman, and it's not going to be mm, like multiple parties and alcohol and things he doesn't remember. A lot of men really get carried away, especially when they're younger, but some of them stay in that, and then it's such a poor sight because um, it's no longer that fun, number one. And then if you had too many of one night stand relationships, you don't know how to connect to people, and you don't get satisfaction, especially as men mature. They don't get satisfaction, just like women don't get satisfaction if it's just only something sexual, something one night, something without real connection. So what happens, he really screwing his life because he can't get joy anymore. And as soon as the first emotions wear out, he just doesn't know what to do. So he jumps from place to place, and he is lost, and has a whole bunch of problems, and so on and so forth. And Chris Blackstone agreeing with me. Hey, Chris, good to see you, man. So I just want to say these things, guys, because I have some younger men that are listening to me too, and I have some men that maybe feel a bit impatient, but I have a lot of high class men who are listening my videos, who are my clients, and some of them may be going out and meeting women, but some of them are getting ready to explore, but none of them are living this lifestyle of, well, if opportunities going into my hands, I'm gonna use them. Well, it really depends on the opportunity, because guys, think about this. What if women will take all the opportunities that going towards them? I mean, the world would be not, the world would be not such a great place if women will take the opportunities, because obviously or often, women I approach, more often, and that would be such a disaster. So you do have to have your standard high, and no woman wants to be with a man who is like a cheap beer that you can get in every corner. Even if you're a popular guy, even if you're high class and you are, you have certain social status, maybe even you're famous, a classy woman would never want to be one off, and she would never want to be being in a relationship with a man who is sleeping with a bunch of other women. um, it's I've seen things in my country. I know in some bigger cities here in US, and celebrities, I don't really watch TV, guys, but sometimes I go places where TV is on, and I just have always have a good laughter about things because um, they're trying to play drama from their partner sleeping around, but it's all known, because that's how they usually meet, and it's stuff all known. But we're not talking about the TV, the media. We talk about real life, and when you have class, sometimes you have to wait a little bit. Sometimes you have to get busy with making sure you're doing the things you were meant to be in life. You need to get busy with getting better at your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental state, and financial. You want to focus on these things. And the alpha male is not the male that makes many women unhappy, that lies to women, that hides facts, that's trying to use their kindness, that misleads them because he wants to get something, and he says, "Oh yeah, I totally want to have kids on the first date," or something like that. So alpha male is a male that he's holding on his power, and instead of making many women unhappy, he makes one woman happy, just one. And sometimes for some men life isn't enough to chase many. For this man, um, one life isn't enough to get to know one, because when he's in a relationship he really wants to know the person he's with, and he chooses a high class person that is consistently evolving, so it never gets bored. And sometimes he does have, it takes time to find this person, but regardless, uh, that is a man that have very strong beliefs and choices he makes. I always great choices because they're sought out. He sees his relationships as an investment because he values his time, and he just not settling for less. And even though and he doesn't accept different offers or temptations. In some ways, you can kind of relate almost to a beautiful woman that consistently getting swamped. He is patient and he knows what he wants. That's exactly right, Chris. So yes, I just want to say this because a lot of times, men trying to they think that it makes them look muscular when they start to talking about their wins and things like that, and they really, it's really something that you should never talk about as a woman to the woman you have right now, seriously. It just takes joy from the situation. Yeah, I mean, sometime along the way, when you're in a relationship, there is some very serious point that's different. But when you're dating, when you're getting to know somebody, if you want to brag about something, that's a really bad idea. And the number does not equal the quality. So, yes, the number does not equal the quality. If you're, okay, like we say in Ukraine, if you're a little bit more handsome than a monkey, you can have a lot of women, or if you're a woman, you can have a lot of men. But what's in it? What's in it, guys? All right, let's see what's going on here in the chat. Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. Hey Alex, Todd, Chris, and GL. So, guys, that's basically what my message is, that, you sometimes have to get patient and not settling. I know many stories when people settled and then somebody gets pregnant, and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? So, basically, having a standard in life, sometimes you might feel alone and a little bit lonely and a little bit of an outsider. But when you have standard in life and you know what you want, you know it in your bones, eventually people of that level will be around you, and you will be surrounded by that kind of environment. But it's not going to happen if you give in and if you go for less. It's not going to happen. Sometimes they say it's lonely at the top. I would say that not that it's lonely at the top, it takes a while to have a company at the top, somebody who wants the same thing, who going for the same thing, and somebody who has class. So that's one of those things. And Ukrainian women are pretty much sick and tired of men being sleeping around, having families with other women at the same time, lying. That is very popular in Ukraine, to come on a date and say, "Oh my God, you are my dream. I dream to have kids. I can just see us together," on the first date. So, unfortunately, our men, of course, I'm generalizing, not everybody is like that, thank God. We have good men and honest men, but we have a lot of men that just, they kind of got into this, they think they're not a real alpha male, but they think that they're alpha male, and then they're going to be adding more females to their portfolio, and somehow it will make them, strong and proud. But what usually happens, they usually stay with nothing, and also they just hectically, they becoming hectic, and they trying to get more and more females, and they get less and less satisfaction, because they've never learned how to connect to a woman, how to have real deep connection. So they only connect on the surface level, and when the hormones, the sexual desire wears off a little bit, they are on to the next one, and they think um, that it's somehow very cool, it's something to be proud of, but in the end they end up, um, they do not end up in a very good place, let's put it like that. I mean, and it's sad. I hadn't seen that much here, I have to say. I hadn't seen much of this here in US, but I live in a kind of conservative community, and honestly, where I live, a guy just happy to have somewhat pretty girl, like, seriously. It sounds, I know it sounds very harsh, but I'm just honest. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment because it's very nice. Well, I didn't have any champagne today, but Roma is saying you're like sparkling champagne and caviar. I enjoyed how well you use English language to explain the meaning of real honor in a relationship. Well, you have powerful talent for describing real love. Well, thank you, Roma. That's that's good to know, because when I was living for US, my friends were really, it was a while ago, but about 10 years ago. But my friends in Ukraine, they were so disappointed because they felt that I won't be able to express my humor or my insights just because the language barrier. So, comments like this make me feel that things things are going okay. Things are catching up, right? Guys, do you have something to say? How's your Friday going? And Roma, you have, Roma is Russian or Ukrainian name. Are you like first generation or something like that? I can, as I said, I can talk till my name gets called, which probably another 5 minutes or so. So yeah, yes, guys, and of course there are many other aspects Of course, there are many other aspects of alpha male. There are many other aspects. Is a man who is happy to provide. Um, he's happy to provide. He's happy to be the leader. He doesn't have the conversation, or he doesn't get upset about the little things. He has this kind of leadership that he doesn't need to prove. He doesn't need to brag. He doesn't need to he doesn't need to compete with somebody. Deep inside, he knows who he is, and people, his silence is powerful. So when he's in the room, people feel his presence. Once again, he doesn't try to brag or compete or show his medals or show his travels or proving that he is knowing what he's doing. Basically, he is it's deep inside of him. If he needs to have a conversation, he will be having it, but he will be very he will be very how to say this, humble. Here we are, I reminded that word. He would be very humble, and he's not gonna mention his thing is action. Once again, he would do the things he needs to do as a man, and he doesn't consider himself a hero. He just feel that this is what men do. They take responsibility, they do their thing. Yes, his silence is power. When he's at the bar, he doesn't go and try to pick a fight with somebody. And his presence, he's so confident that nobody wants to mess around with him. That's a kind of, he doesn't need to prove himself by going around and beating somebody, doing things like that. He doesn't need that, because he has that inner confidence. And when he's in an environment, if he will need to protect, he will get up and do it. But unless he's cold, he's not gonna let somebody trigger things in him that he doesn't need. He save his energy. He chooses his battle. He save his energy, and yes, he silences power. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's the alpha male in Ukrainian woman eyes is the leader of the family, is a provider, protector, uh, the leader in life, and really the head of the family, and somebody she can trust. Once again, it's not the guy that having you know doesn't know what to do with himself, and he is focusing on that one special woman. It might have taken him a while to find her, but once he found her, he is there, and he takes pride, and he does everything he can. He never stopped working. So yes, well, you see, Todd is saying the difference is here in US that women wants to be the leader. That is true. Women not only, yes, they want to be the leader in the families, they want to compete with men, but that's, we are talking about Ukrainian women. Ukrainian women does not want to be a leader in the family. Now let's listen to this, and I have some new people, so I'm gonna go over this. So Ukrainian woman, doesn't matter how, if she's famous, if she's like, I don't know, model, supermodel, successful business owner, beautiful woman, smart woman, whatever. Last thing she wants to be is she wants to be a leader in the family, because she wants to say that my man is so powerful that I can relax, that I can, kick my heels and just relax. He's taking care of me. I don't need to have this mask of masculinity. I don't need to have this, I'm stronger than you, I'm better. I'm not competing with him. Number one, don't don't be defensive. I'm not attacking. That phrase. But in this case, she's saying I'm not competing with you for power. Um I am not competing for I mean, he's not competing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting some extra messages here. So he's not. She's not competing for the power in the family. She wants to be proud of him, and she wants to him to be the leader. You know, she is leader in the other things. You know, she's leader in the creating mood, in creating fun, in having romance, and having playfulness. And if she is a professional woman, she has some high career, she does it. But when she comes home, she wants to be a little girl. She wants to get flowers, she wants to get Todd, we are equal in our rights, but we are not the same. Our body is not built the same. Our mind doesn't think the same. We are not the same. But together, we are power. Together, we are power because there is a great combination of masculine and feminine energy. Now, all of us, men have feminine energy too, and women have masculine energy too. And obviously, if I am doing something, I do need to get my masculine energy on. Because if I'm driving a car and I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, I need to snap out of that and I can do. But if I'm with my man, I let him drive. He can, drive all he wants. So that is the difference. We are not trying to show that I'm stronger than you to our men, because we want our men to be stronger than us. If I have big heavy suitcases, I'm not gonna try to show that I'd love to carry them. I would be mad as hell if my man cannot pick up a suitcase. I would be, very disappointed. So I would be very, very disappointed at that, unless somebody is sick, but that's a special condition. So, all right. All right. So yes, guys, that's what I'm saying. That we're just not competing. There is no competition. Instead, if you have a powerful, strong man, you're proud of it, and women have their female power. That men, it would be very silly if the guy would try to compete in a female power. He will try to compete, in tenderness, in connection, and say, you know what, I kiss you better than you kiss me. Well, here competition not as bad, I guess. That could be fun, but there are certain things that just come naturally to us. As women, there are certain things that come naturally to us, and we are not um, competing. We are enjoying our differences, and um, it's nice for a woman to feel a strong shoulder, and it's nice for a man to feel love and joy and all this inspiration deep within and femininity that comes from women. Because sometimes I feel that the marriages here, they almost feel to me like same gender marriage, although it's a male and female. But sometimes I feel this kind of masculine energy in the marriage, like basically it's two men. So it's really, I've noticed that a long time when I came here, that women do not like, they aren't playful. And overall, guys, and remember, I'm talking about mid Michigan, so I'm not talking about everybody because it depends. But I've noticed that a lot of women, they're not playful, and they're very different. um, they are very sometimes, not everybody, guys. I also meet wonderful women here that do a lot, and that are just wonderful. So I'm not trying to say everybody's like, absolutely not, but that's quite often seen this way, that um, that there is certain masculine energy. It's almost like it's a, I mean, it's gonna sound really weird, but it's almost feels to me like a gay marriage, because people are, they so like. My son told me several times. He said, "Mom, why why he saw a certain person. He said, Mom, why his wife is a boy, and and she's not a boy, she's she's a female, but because of the way they look and the way they act. My son, especially when he was smaller, now he understand, he can see better, but because the way they look and act. Sometimes it feels like it's same-sex marriage. And I mean, I don't want to stay on this for too much, but the energy, even if the woman would look feminine, let's put it like this. Let's say the woman looks good, she has nice body, she has nice hair, she looks feminine, but she still acts very, very much masculine. Then the children, they are kind of growing in very masculine energy. It's crazy. It shouldn't be that way, right? Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. So, anyways, guys, that's more than I wanted to tell you today. Any characters in US or Slavic television and movies who epitomize the ideal. Some of our movies, some of our fairy tales, and by the way, guys, I would highly recommend you to watch some of our movies and fairy tales, especially the older ones, because this is what we all grew up with, and we used to watch movies that were made even before us. Maybe I can make a special video about this, but you can, and my character, my ideal man, isn't coming from necessarily a movie, but it's just a culture over time. I mean, and I can't change it. I'm actually, I have my downsides, and I'm not very good around men who don't act like men. And I don't know if no, but I'm trying to take away the judgment, and I can't change people, but I have hard times to be around men that don't act like men, so I usually just leave. So that's what I do. That's the best policy for me. So and once again, it's about, okay, I'm just reading some comments. So yes, well, um guys, in the end, it's up to us what we want to do and how we feel the best. In the end, it's up to us. So I realized I actually softened my attitude toward other men, because I felt it's not my role to judge. If anything, I want to build those men up. And what I do sometimes is I compliment them on some of the achievement, because I understand there might be circumstances I don't know, there might be things I don't know, and it's not my job to judge. And I I feel that my mission, what I want to be my mission, is to bring the best in people. If I could do that, and I want to encourage everybody. It's really easy to find something that's wrong with somebody, but encouraging them, and sometimes when you notice positive things about the person that maybe doesn't look as confident, but when you bring those things up, eventually they really, it's starting to build up, and they catch the momentum, and you in a way helping them to feel better and becoming who they were meant to be. So I really think it's important. I feel much better when I just see good things. Thank you. Somebody just said that my videos bring good things in you guys, and if it's so, that just that really makes my day. Thank you for the, you do bring the best of us. Thank you so much. I want everybody to be successful. This planet is so big. There is so many people. In the end, we are not competing. This place is a place of self-expression. I mean, everybody will have an audience. Everybody can have meet a match. Everybody can be successful, because there is so many people to shows to watch, books to read, YouTube lives to come. So if there is another 200 people are doing the same things, that's fine, because only you have your gift and your character. So I used to do some belly dance, and I really want to get back to that. Thank you for the compliment, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And if you if you find value in what I offer, that gives value back to me. So yeah, I know about um, the media, and I absolutely, guys. One more, okay. One last thing I want to say is this about the media. I absolutely despise that. I don't watch TV, but once again, when I'm out, I absolutely despise and I do not like how the modern media shows, men as these idiots, like helpful, no, not helpful, helpless, clueless, ignorant people. I think it's absolutely unfair, and it really goes way on too much on the other side, and it's absolutely mean, and it's not helping. I think it's absolutely awesome. You guys know that I have a son, and I teach him to do the things he needs to do and be himself. And he would never let anybody to make fun of him. And I do not have appreciation for the way media shows men. I mean, this is just absolutely awful. What if the media would show women, and some weird things that happening right now? But that's another topic, guys. Once again, it's hard to do sometimes when you talk about in general. I can see how some people will say, well, how can you say this? But this is just, it applies to a certain category of people, right? Just certain category of people that's applying to, not to everybody. So yeah, I just want to say that it's don't uh, buy into it. Be yourself. Stay strong. Have your opinion. Do good for others, and be noble. We need the knight in armor, despite of the media say and what Hollywood is saying. It's all BS. We need men who are faithful. We need men who are attentive. Um, we need men who are real and have real feelings and have strengths and courage to do the things they're doing. And most of all, we need men as our protectors, and as our leaders, because once again, um, it's power. When masculine and feminine energy uniting, there is nothing like that. It's power. And the more women step into masculine, the more men step into feminine. And I wish that would be illegal. I really wish that for men stepping into feminine would be illegal. By feminine, I don't mean to, show love or, being caring. That's normal. We all have that. But being, oh, I don't even want to go into this, guys. I hope I'm giving you a good laughter on this one. I just can't stand that because it's not natural and it's bad. It's bad for men. So, guys, thank you so much for the participation. Yeah, like little boys, like 3-year-old boys, and this is not so true. Roma, I have no idea how I'm going to make my YouTube live videos. I don't know if I'm gonna do them once a week, or I've been doing them almost daily because I'm checking out this platform. I'm checking out how it works, but I cannot commit yet. In about a week or two, I will figure out how often I'm gonna do these videos, guys. And I want to do just some Q&As when you just ask me questions and I can relax and drink my tea because my tea became cold and I hate cold tea. So have to go make another one. Okay. All right, guys. I want to wish you a wonderful Friday night. We are going out. I hope it doesn't rain. So yes, I hope you had time to. Oh, no cold coffee, no cold tea. No, one big no. One big no. So, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And for your support. Thank you for those guys who found me on Patreon and decide to support me there. Thank you for my VIP club members, for all of your comments. Guys, there are things that, you can do that absolutely, do not cost you anything, is to share my videos, to comment under my videos. When you do that, it really helps my channel to grow and my message to spread. So that's what I appreciate. It means a lot when you do that, when you subscribe, when you share the videos. It means a lot. And of course, some people take it to a next level. They become in my clients. I consult people. We are getting ready for the trip to Ukraine. It's brewing right now, and I'm super excited. And I'm working on some video lessons. And if you need any kind of help, please let me know. I appreciate you all, guys. Thank you so much, and happy weekend. I will see you soon. It's gonna be another unexpected life.